My best friend. Emily was playing in the back garden with her favorite doll, Hannah. Hello, Emily, called a cheerful voice. It was Sarah who lived next door. The two girls were best friends. Can I play with Hannah too? Asked Sarah, reaching out to pick her up. Emily held on tightly to Hannah. She was a very special doll, and Emily didn't like anybody else to play with her. Hannah's tired, said Emily. I think I'll put her to bed. Then I'll come back and play with you. For the rest of the morning, Emily and Sarah played in Emily's treehouse. It was their special hideout, and nobody else was allowed in it. They both thought it was great living next door to one another. The next day, both girls got up early and ran down to the front garden. They were very excited. They were going on holiday together. Every year they went to the same holiday cottage. Sarah was traveling with Emily's family. That way they could talk to each other on the journey. Can Hannah sit between us? Sarah asked Emily as they climbed into the car. Sorry, said Emily. Hannah says she wants to sit by the window. And she tucked Hannah safely out of Sarah's reach. At last they arrived at the cottage, and the girls raced from room to room checking that nothing had changed since last year. At bedtime, they snuggled down in their cozy beds in the attic. They loved sharing a room on holiday. They stayed awake long after the lights went out, talking and laughing together. This holiday was the best one yet. One day, Sarah rode her bicycle without stabilizers for the first time. The next day, Emily did the same. Soon the girls were racing each other. Can we carry on racing each other when we get home? Sarah asked her mum and dad. Her mum frowned. She began. There's something we've been meaning to tell you. We're moving away. Daddy's got a new job, and we found a wonderful new house. Emily and Sarah couldn't believe their ears. They wouldn't be neighbors anymore. It's not too far. You'll still be able to see Emily at weekends and during holidays, Dad said. But I don't want to move, cried Sarah. She threw her arms around Emily. You won't forget me, will you? She whispered. Back at home after the holiday, the last days of the summer flew by. On the morning that Sarah and her family were due to leave, Emily and her parents came outside to say goodbye. I've brought you a present to remember me by, said Sarah, handing Emily the gift. Emily ripped off the paper. Nestled inside was a gorgeous golden heart necklace. It's beautiful, Emily smiled. Then she rushed inside her house. She came out a minute later, carrying Hannah. Here, she said, putting the doll into Sarah's arms. Hannah will keep you company until you make friends at your new house. Sarah was speechless. She gave Emily an enormous hug. Emily grinned. Sharing really is great, she declared, especially sharing things with your